Hey guys, welcome to episode 81 of Two Girls Chirping. I'm Lauren.
I'm Abby, and we have a new setup. We're at our parents' house for the weekend.
We're house sitting.
And mom or dad, if you're watching this and you're wondering why this chair is in here, don't worry. I'm going to put it back.
Never
Just
fear.
a little rearranging of furniture.
You might even be able to see the pupper in the background.
Zonked.
We're trying to keep it that way.
I'm sure he'll make an appearance at some point. Cooper is here.
Yes, he is here. Not only in spirit, but in physical form.
Yes, he is.
Okay, I'm going to do my updates, and then we're going to jump right into brackets for the MNHL. The PWHL, we're still waiting to see who's going to be that fourth spot. I think we're going to be right. I think it is going to be the Charge.
Okay, we're doing it P-Dub, right?
We don't have all four spots.
Oh, I did mine just off of vibes that the Charge were going to do it.
I mean, I'm happy to hear your PWHL one, but I didn't do one because all four teams aren't confirmed. We can see how long the MNHL one is, and if you want to share your PWHL insights, great. And then I'll share mine the following week. You already know what's going to happen. The Victoire is going to win. That's my PWHL bracket.
That is not my PWHL bracket, actually.
Well, I mean, I'm going to be fine with either the Fleet winning or the Victoire winning, but the Victoire have my heart, so I'm going to have to go with them. If it can't be Hillary Knight, it's got to be MPP. You know?
Yeah, that's a valid point.
At the end of the day, that's where my loyalties lie.
That's one of my little notes before we get into playoff predictions. MPP and Abby Rock wore Cole Caulfield and Nick Suzuki jerseys into their game yesterday.
I love it.
And Abby was wearing Cole Caulfield and MPP was wearing Nick Suzuki's. And it just...
Captain.
It tracks, of course.
That's my captains.
Yeah.
So we can play that one by ear. Okay. The Victoire did beat the Fleet last night, so they are going to get home ice advantage. Mm-hmm. And then, like I said, we're still waiting to see officially who's going to be the fourth one in terms of the fourth spot for the Walter Cup, and then we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
It's the Calder Cup for the AHL, right? I think it's the Calder Cup.
Yeah, Calder Cup is AHL. Mm-hmm. Walter Cup is P-Dub. Stanley Cup is NHL.
I wonder what the SPHL one is. I should know that. I'm pretty sure I did an episode on it. We ain't got time for that.
Yeah.
That's okay. All right, MNHL. Jonathan Quick is retiring.
Yeah, I did see that.
19 years.
He hasn't been at his best, so I think it's...
That team is shit.
That team is shit, and that's a valid point.
Trash.
Yeah.
Happy retirement.
Yeah, happy retirement. And he is officially retired because... So we're filming this on Saturday. It's day one of playoffs for us. But we got to get it filmed before things get spoiled.
Yeah, the first game is currently underway right now.
They don't start till 2. Carolina versus Ottawa.
1 p.m. Eastern time?
2 p.m. Central time. 1 p.m. Eastern... It's 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central.
It don't matter.
This is what the ESPN app is for.
It don't matter. People are playing today.
Yeah. There's 4 games today.
Yeah, we're booked and busy. Also, as per usual, you are right. It's 2 p.m. That's when the Hurricanes and the Senators play. And then the Wild and the Stars play today. The Flyers and the Penguins play today. It's just... to gay. Ooh, that was unintentional.
Heavy-handed revelry.
Hey, from my mouth to his ears. We'll see what happens. Ovi, speaking of seeing what happens.
Ovi.
Do you think he is retiring?
No. I think
his contract
eventually
is up.
But he's Ovi. If he wanted to come back, they'll have him back. So if you missed it, Ovi was interviewed after the last game of the Capitals season, and he was... which they lost, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
And he was like, I'm pretty sure that that's not going to be my last game.
And I'm pretty sure it was to the Penguins. He waved them away.
He wouldn't let the Penguins.
Which to me was giving, this ain't my last rodeo.
Yeah, when I saw that, I was like,
Because they always, anytime that Ovi goes up against Crosby, they're like, this could be their last time.
Yeah.
I'm like, don't say that. Keep that shit to yourself.
Every team's been shaking his hand the last time that they'll play him. The whole season, the whole teams line up and shake hands. So That also, I was like, he ain't going anywhere.
He's a whimsical guy. I'm betting he's coming back for another season. Maybe he'll retire then.
I mean, he's still competitive. Well, like you said, all he has to do is stand in one place and do the same shot over and over again. Mm-hmm. But that shot is that good for a reason.
It's his shot, you know.
So I don't know if he'll stay for a full season. I think he'll probably play a couple games and then retire at their first home game would be like his last game or something. That's how I think it's gonna go, unless he just Tom Brady's it.
Yuck.
I know. That's my fear.
Yuck. Speaking of yuck, the Florida Panthers actually did something that I can talk about with pride.
Oh, no.
They have created a Tier 2, so an A and AA girls travel hockey program.
Oh.
That will start this upcoming fall. And they're just partnering with the South Florida Lucky Pucks Girl Hockey Club Foundation.
That's so cute. Lucky Pucks.
Lucky Pucks Girls Hockey Club. Ain't that a title?
Yeah.
So basically it'll give the girls the ability to compete at a travel level, which previously they don't really get. And they vow to bring in like good competitive coaches, blah, blah, blah.
Don't talk about it, be about it.
I mean, they are.
I know.
They are being about it.
I'm sorry. It's just Florida.
Yeah, that's the type of news I want to hear. Good job, you guys.
Good job. Thank you, actually. Wish more teams would do it. I have another player that might not be retiring.
Who?
Jonathan Toews. I saw he's not sure if he's going to play next season, but if he does, he hopes it's in Winnipeg, quote, if they'll have me.
Oh my gosh.
But he's going to take the next couple weeks and figure out if he wants to play or not.
I would do anything, and I mean anything, to get him and Patrick Kane back in Chicago for one final season.
Send him to Detroit.
Just for like one season. Just loan them out, please. I literally beg of you. Begging.
I only have one note.
Carey Price is officially retired. His contract with the Sharks ended this week, so he's officially retired. So what I need is the Habs to sign him to a one-day contract so he can retire as a Habs player.
Don't you like notoriously talk crap about him?
No, he had one thing I didn't like that he said about Cole Caulfield, which is warranted, yeah. But I'm like, hey, man, that's not a very PR answer. That's a little too honest.
Carey Price. I was thinking of Corey Perry. That's why I was so
Corey
confused.
Perry.
I was so confused. I was also like, but he's going to play.
I was like, this isn't hitting as hard as I thought it was going to for you.
I was picturing Corey. I was like, since when do you like Corey Perry? Also, what connections to Montreal does he have?
That explains a lot.
Carey Price, yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's an incredible goaltender. It was the Mr. Mr. Saturday thing.
Mm-hmm, Mr. Saturday Night.
Yeah.
He was like, man, I don't want him, like, that's my nickname. And then we're like, well, maybe he can be Saturday evening instead. Like, okay. Love it.
That is cute.
You know what else I love? The Sabres admin this week. Specifically, the burn book.
Dude.
I'm gonna let you speak on it.
I mean, I don't have that much other than what was the post that they made? Hang on. Please hold.
I'm holding.
They put out a Twitter post, hey Saberhood, Sabres admin here. We've been through a lot together, but specifically I've been through a lot. Tomorrow is the last day of the regular season, so it seems like a good time to get some things off my chest. And so today I'll be dedicated to the receipts.
And then the collage of receipts about everyone who's talked shit about them.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, it was like Paul Bazinet, Ryan Whitney, sorry. Let me just mispronounce literally everything. It was funny.
This is actually not our first day here. Also, if the light goes crazy, it'd be like that.
We're filming in front of windows. We don't have our lighting set up, so.
Because that was too much to bring over here.
Just bear with us. Yeah, it was too much. We already brought so much. I already brought so much, at least.
Bro, I kinked my neck because I brought so much. It was so stupid.
She did. It's true. And then the only thing I have left to say, and then you got the rest of it.
I've got a couple more, but they're quick. Okay.
Did you see the Utah Mammoth playoff t-shirts?
I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't know if I have.
It's okay.
It's a test week. I absolutely lock in. I've been putting in insane hours studying for this test.
Yeah, that is true. They went out to all the fans. They have a spelling error.
Oh, no.
Utah is spelled UATH.
Did you spell it? Be honest, because every time you put...
That's so rude, first of all,
You
Lauren.
spelled episode wrong. And then in the same sentence, you also spelled it correctly. Every time you do text on an episode, or honestly, a lot of episode clips, I have to text you and be like, that is not how you spell that word. And that's just a bit of whimsy. That's okay.
I'm an accountant, okay? I actually... Spell check exists for a reason, but it doesn't exist on the software I use to edit. And it does get me in trouble.
I completely understand. I'm going to talk about the couple people who got fired. I don't really have a lot to say about them, though. The Canucks fired Patrick Alvin. I'm sorry. It wasn't your fault. Like, it's a bigger issue than just you. It was trash when you came into it. You just lit it on fire. It happens.
Meanwhile, I said, it's about time.
Get the fuck out of here. Sonny Mehta is the new... Mehta? It is not Meta. Mehta. Sonny, if you will.
What's his thoughts on Instagram?
Why, yada.
That was such a
I don't know,
dumb
but
joke.
he's got lots of thoughts about the Devils because he's their new GM. And everyone from what I saw is stoked about it. So.
Yeah.
Hey, last year we had 2 Hughes. Well, we had 1 functioning Hughes in playoffs, and this year we've got the only other one.
Yeah. And I wouldn't
There's
call
plenty
him
of work. They crashed
functioning.
and burned this season. It was really hard to watch.
They really did. And honestly, at the beginning of the season, I was like, oh, well, all of their top players are injured. But then they all got healthy and they still were shit.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Did you see the Blue Jackets head coach ripping them to shreds in the media? And then the next day he got his contract renewed? No. He basically pulled a Shorzy. He was like, the kids don't care to lose. Like, they don't mind losing. The culture sucks. Everyone's comfortable losing. The fans just want us to give them hope for something at this point.
That is true.
It was a very accurate read. And it was the whole team. He didn't call anyone out, so it's okay with me.
Okay, I like when if they do that, that's fine, because it's true. Everybody knows it. But I hate when they call out individual people.
Yeah.
I'm like, talk in private.
Yeah, you don't need to tell everyone that.
You know that Madison Beer meme where she was like, we don't have to do this in front of everybody. We can go somewhere else.
I don't know that one. That's okay.
Can I give you the brief backstory real quick?
Sure.
There was some girl. This was like Vine era too, for time reference. There was this girl talking mad shit about Madison Beer on the internet and being like, and my friend met her and she was so rude to her. And then Madison Beer was like at something and there was a group of her fans there, and this was when she was really small. And that girl that was making that post, she walks up to her, she said, hey, I saw your posts, I just kind of want to know what I did. And the girl was like, you know what you did? And she was like, causing a scene, and Madison was like, we don't need to do this here, we can go somewhere else and talk. And it was all on video, and it just
I love that. Yeah. I love direct confrontation.
No, it makes me shake
like, no, you
boots.
can say it right now, actually.
Yeah. She's like, what the hell?
But anyways, Rick said it. He said, I don't know if I'm gonna get signed to come back next season, but if I do, shit's gonna get changed. Essentially, the next day they renewed his contract for the next season. So Rick, we're holding you to it.
Yeah, I would love to see
those hoes in playoffs next season.
I would love to see it.
Now here's something we've seen before. Connor McDavid winning an award. He won the Art Ross.
I'm floored.
138 points this season. You know, Leon's out for the whole season. He ain't coming to playoffs except as a WAG. And
I wonder if he'll get
Jesus had to put that. I think he should.
I mean,
you're telling me that Lauren, what is it, Kyle?
Oh yeah,
McDavid?
You're right.
Lauren something.
Carl McDavid.
Kyle? It is?
Yeah, Carl. Carl.
Sorry, I have an accent.
You're going to come for my spelling, I'm going to come for your accent.
No, it's fair. It is Lauren Kyle McDavid, right?
Yeah, Lauren Kyle McDavid.
She's going to make him a WAG jacket. The question is he going to wear it? I vote yes.
Oh, I meant like if the players are injured and they're not going to play in playoffs, do their WAGs still get a jacket?
Yeah, you're still on the team. That's that's
a valid point.
How else am I going to know that they're taken?
Oh my God. Some of them come out today. My favorite day of the year.
Some of them are about to be out right now.
Give it to me. Sorry.
Montana, she has an accuracy med question for me. I'll get to you, Montana. Don't worry. Now the Avs, and this is the last I have before brackets. Avs award season. They're just collecting them all. McKinnon won the Rocket Richard. The goalies, Mackenzie Blackwood and Scott Wedgwood, won the William M. Jennings Trophy for fewest goals during regular season.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
That's it so far. I feel like Kel McCarr won something, or maybe he's just about to. Probably win a Norris.
He's always about to win some.
Macklin Celebrini set a franchise record.
Yeah, it was like
unrelated.
100 and something points. He had the most points in franchise history, or in the past bit at least. Montana's question cracks me up because this is actually, whenever we watch Pitt or any medical show, I'm like, is that real? Granted, I normally don't have to ask because Laura's like, that wouldn't happen. This is exactly.
That's like the EEG lesson. I was like, that is not what our EEG looks like. I don't know anything. It's because they stylus epilepticus. I don't know what the hell y'all got down there, but down here in the South, we ain't got that shit.
But she asked how accurate the emergency C-section from Pitt was. Like, she was so cut open. And that is so me. I'm like, anywho.
I mean,
I'm sure she'll give you.
Montana, I work in the ICU. So when first of all, sadness warning, I can count on 2 fingers the amount of pregnant patients that I have had that their babies have actually survived in my 7-year career. Most of that, they're going to take the mom straight to the OR to deliver the baby before they're ever going to come to us. So I can't speak on it. I've certainly never had to do that. Now, the HELP syndrome and everything, that was accurate. And honestly, they need a quicker massive infuser because that Belmont, what do you mean you're only 4 units in? Crank that bitch up. So stupid. That's all I have to say about that. Sorry.
I mean, yeah, I could have told you that. For sure.
Oh my God, I was being such a bitch during that scene. But that's all I have for notes. Let's get into brackets.
Okay, here's how we're gonna do this. We're gonna do round 1, round 2, round 3, finals.
Yes.
Okay. Can we start with the Central Division? I don't know how you've got yours laid out.
Okay, this year, last year I didn't understand really what was.
Yeah.
I didn't really understand what playoffs were because it was my first time watching it. I didn't understand the physicality and everything that goes into it. And I, in particular, did not understand the game system.
Yes.
This season, I am ready. My bracket has a backstory. She's not like any other girl. She's a bitch with a backstory.
She's with a backstory. So, in case this is your first round of playoffs, every series is the best of 7 games. So, the first team to 4 wins goes to the next round. There's pretty much all the other rules are the same, except overtimes. Instead of shootouts, you just go into more overtime, and overtimes are 5-on-5 instead of 3-on-3.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the only changes you're going to see are playoffs are very, very physical, especially in the first game of a series because they are trying to set the tone for the series.
The only other thing I would add is that typically during playoffs, you're going to alternate whether you're at home or away every game. In playoffs, the first 2 are going to be in the same arena, and then they'll go to the other team's arena for the next 2.
And then
that's how it works.
Alternate.
Yeah, then it goes back and forth.
Yeah.
Tit for tat, if you will. I'm going to say that a couple times.
You again.
Keep in mind, I was doing my bracket. It was like 9 or 10 o'clock at night. So let's see how much sense this makes.
Also, you'll expect beards in the most horrendous facial hair you'll ever see.
Yep.
Yep.
But we get WAG jackets.
We do get WAG jackets.
One of these days, we're going to get a Habs jacket.
Next time we record, we'll have our WAG jacket rankings, too. Period. Okay.
You're up, Buttercup.
I'm going to start with the Colorado they're not playing Utah anymore. The Colorado LA Kings series. Unfortunately, I am going to give this one to Colorado.
Yeah.
Because, look, and honestly, I'm fine because the way that the other wild card fell, I'm happy with that matchup. I feel like that one's going to suit my intentions for the playoffs more. But I do think that the Kings will win 2 games. I put the series being 4-2, but Colorado's ultimately going to take it.
I put it being 4-1. OT in the first game, then the rest of them, they just get demolished.
I think when they play in LA, no, they're not really good at home is the thing.
Yeah. And they're playing Colorado, and not just any Colorado. This Colorado team.
Yeah, Colorado's just been so good, and the Kings barely made the playoffs. But I am glad that they made the playoffs. Mm-hmm. It's Anze Kopitar's last season. He deserved to make the playoffs. I am very interested. Quentin Byfield's on a good roll. If Kevin Fiala wasn't injured, I would have them winning maybe 3 games.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Stars and Wild.
I had the Stars.
Anything extra with them?
Mikko Rantanen's back. The crackhead that is.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like, okay, the Wild, this one could really go either way. I put
agree.
it going 4-3. I put them pushing a game 7.
Mm-hmm, same.
I think that Dallas would have home ice in a game 7. I don't quote me on that, but I'm like 73% sure on that, which is why I think they'll get it. The Wild are stacked, but so is Dallas. They're very equal teams in my eyes.
See, and my thing is because I also had it Stars versus Wild 4-3. But then this morning, the Wall of St. Paul is back, and that changes things.
That's true.
Unfortunately, my bracket's locked in. So what I originally had was, yes, force a game 7. Is that too far away?
No, that should be fine.
Okay. Go to overtime. It's actually sudden death. Robo scores the winner to push them into round 2.
Ooh.
Quinn Hughes is interviewed afterward. The ghosts are too strong for him, and he says 13 times.
Only 13 times?
Yeah. He doesn't say a lot of words, just a lot of...
No, your eyes are too open. That's him.
Yeah, that's accurate.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess we'll continue with round 1.
So Avs and Stars. So we're aligned on that into round 2.
Yeah, I have Avs and Stars, yeah.
All right, Pacific Division.
The first series is Vegas versus Utah.
Fucking Vegas.
Okay.
Come on, Utah.
This could go one or two ways. Now, dream, just like absolutely unrealistic way. Vegas, they all get sick and they withdraw from the playoffs. They can't compete. Or the NHL decides to finally punish them and they're banned. And they can never return to the NHL. Now, that's not going to happen.
I actually Googled what you have to do, like what the rules are on if a team gets eliminated, like not eliminated, but removed from playoffs or something. Of course, there's never been that to happen, so there's no rule on it.
Yeah.
Now, you think that's crazy, but this is where I'm going to bring in history. Is that all you had for them?
I'll give what I actually wrote down, which is also probably a bit unrealistic, but I had Utah winning it 4-0. They sweep Vegas because fuck them.
Do you want to go ahead and speak on the next one too? Because I kind of looped mine into... You'll understand in a minute. Go ahead and speak on the Oilers.
Okay, the Oilers versus the Ducks.
Yeah.
I had Edmonton advancing 4-3. I think that Anaheim is going to be a lot more physical than Edmonton, and I think that's what's going to give them a bit of an edge. But ultimately, the Oilers have more playoff success. They've been to the finals 2 years in a row now. I think that they'll take it at the end of the day.
I think even...
But I think it'll also...
Leon, they're still for the same reason.
That's what I was about to say. I also think they're at a tiny bit of a deficit because they don't have Leon, but they also still have McDavid and Colton Dock.
Mm-hmm. I am really excited for all the Ducks players to get to go to playoffs, except for the head coach. Fuck that guy.
I'm not excited for Radko Gudas.
That's fair.
I hope he gets injured.
All right, this buckle up, kids. It's story time.
Oh my god. Wait, first of all,
this is where my bracket goes off the rails because the ESPN one won't let you do what I'm about to do to mine.
So, real quick, Lauren was doing this last night. Let me fix this cord. Lauren was writing her notes last night and filling out her bracket, and all I hear from across the living room is her giggle every so often. And then
I didn't know I was.
And then every once in a while she goes, look at my notes. And it's like 4 paragraphs. And then I started going to bed. I was like, okay, bye. Going to bed. She goes, my playoff predictions have a time loop in them.
They do have a time loop in them.
So I'm very, very excited to see what you've got.
Because the girlies yeah, it was the girlies in the Discord were like, I mean, I'm leaning into a lot of delusion and hope. And I was like, me too. All right.
Amelia also just DM'd us and asked asked what Swedish candy you order and what your favorite is.
I'll send you some links.
Yeah.
I feel like we're
She's
live
in
streaming.
Sweden.
She is in Sweden.
I also feel like we're live streaming and it's kind of fun.
All right. Vegas.
Okay.
So they're at home for the first 2. So they actually, in a crazy twist, they lose their first game. The point score being 2-1.
Okay.
And then Utah, again, beats them in game 2. But this time they beat them 5-4. Then Vegas is pissed because they just lost both home games. So they're going to the Delta Center for game 3. But then they get trapped in a time loop of when they won the Cup in 2022. But fortunately, Carter Hart was not on the team at the time. So he actually got sent into an alternate reality where he's a sailor and it's 1848 and he's on the HMS Terror with Captain Sir John Franklin's lost expedition in the Arctic. And we know that no one survived that one.
Do we know that?
So they left in 1845. This was like his 3rd failed exploration. And of course, the ships got landlocked. So then 20 people or so starved to death and died. Then a bunch of them died from botulism, from eating the canned goods because they weren't canned appropriately.
That's my fear.
Then
too.
the remaining ones in 1846, 1848, I think 1848, they were like, fuck this, we're all dying anyway, so let's at least try and get to some help. So they bury some of the dead people. Then they continue on their way. They're trying to find any form of civilization. Well, of course, they all starve to death. Well, as they're starving to death, there's no food because it's the Arctic. So they start eating the other sailors, Not only were they, like, full-on eating them, they were cracking their bones, sucking out that bone marrow. This is proven. And, of course,
my God.
Carter Hart, he's a big man, so when he goes down, that provided a couple meals for him. Now, I put Vegas in the other Vegas players in their time loop of when they won the Cup in 2022 because I felt like it was a nice thing to do.
What the hell?
I told you, it's
I
bad.
didn't know what you were going to do, but dang.
Mm-hmm. So now we're back in the reality in which we live in. So because the Vegas team never showed up.
The context.
You think you just fell out the coconut tree? Because the Vegas team never showed up and the investigation and search into them didn't really find anything. The NHL didn't know what to do. There's no precedent for this. So then they just said, well, who was the next team that was going to make playoffs in that division?
The Sharks?
It's the Sharks.
Yeah.
So then the Mammoths are understandably thrown by the fact that Vegas disappeared because what happened in Vegas did stay in Vegas, but we can't find them anywhere. So they lose 3 straight games. And then in an epic effort in game 4, they win in overtime, 6-3. So now we're in game 5 of this series, right? And our little Sharks, our little children, they're doing the best they can. They're up, They're up by 3 games already. Daddy Joe Thornton is there.
Oh,
Daddy
is there.
Brent Burns actually had a day off, so he also came down with the kids to watch.
Oh.
And the power of the dads,
yeah,
Brett Burns
and Joe Thornton,
and then Toffoli, they supercharged the kid line, and Eklund, of course. And then they win 5-2, and now they're in round 2 of playoffs.
That's crazy.
That's my prediction for exactly what's going to happen.
5-2?
They win 5-2 in that game.
So
they won.
Sorry.
That was their fourth game. They won it. So now they're in round 2. I just threw in the scores based on what they had been scoring when they played them. So now the whole of NHL, they're a little bit shooketh. You know, we've never had a team just disappear, Bermuda Triangle style. But Connor McDavid, you know, he's McJesus. He is not shaken up by this. That man hasn't cared in a couple years, 2 years now. So he's like, fuck this. I'm not even worried about it. They win 4 games. The Ducks win 1. Rip to the Ducks. Enjoy your vacation. Now Connor McDavid and the other Oilers are in round 2. And that's my Pacific Division. If you didn't pick up on it, we're going off the deep end of my Pacific Division.
That's crazy. Pacific. That's crazy.
I've got a real hankering to watch Pirates of the Caribbean.
That's an episode clip, though. And the whole time I'm like...
I can't wait to watch your face. You were like, no, we don't know what happened to them.
So I wish I had prepared a little bit more.
So Atlantic Division. Everything else is pretty... Well, my Atlantic Division gets a little interesting, too. And my Metro, but nothing like the Pacific.
I want to put that into a Substack article, that story.
Okay.
Will you send me your notes? I'll editing Abby, ask Lauren to send you her notes.
All right.
Okay. Atlantic Division. Anywho. Buffalo versus Boston. Sorry.
It's okay. You can take a second.
That was crazy. I'm still processing the whole true story of them getting landlocked crap.
Well, technically they got shiplocked, but yeah.
All right. Buffalo versus Boston. Who do you have? I'm out of curiosity.
This is what I have verbatim.
Oh.
Fueled by the hatred of being disrespected by hockey smut phenomenon heated rivalry, the Sabres win the first 2 games, but the spirit of Ilya Rozanov is with the Bruins. And in Game 7, the teams are 3-3, but Fraser Mitten scores the game-winning goal in Game 7 with an assist from Pasta. McAvoy has a black eye from blocking a puck, of course.
Of course. I'm sure he lost like 3 teeth in the process as well.
Yep.
I also have Buffalo winning the series 4-2. I think that they're just on such a heater right now. And honestly, Boston just doesn't have good luck in the playoffs. Tampa Bay versus Montreal.
I mean, my Bruins won, but that's okay.
Your Bruins won. And your bracket.
In my bracket, too, I put that they won.
Okay. Also,
I'm a little delusional about them. But also, they beat the Sabres a lot, I think, in the regular
Bruins?
season. Yeah.
I mean, I could see it. The Bruins have more playoff history. Buffalo hasn't been in a long time.
They've been on a bit of a heater. You know, they've really been supercharged by the power of the heated rivalry.
No, truly, they've been supercharged by the heated rivalry.
Not as much as the Sabres have, but still.
Oh, I was talking about Buffalo.
Oh, me too. But the Sabres also got supercharged off of heated rivalry from them getting shit talked in the show.
I was talking about Buffalo.
Both teams. That's what I'm saying. Both teams.
Okay. I said I was talking about Buffalo. You said I was too, but the Sabres. And I was like, but.
I heard Boston. My bad.
No, you're good. Okay, next series, Tampa Bay versus Montreal.
I initially put the Lightning winning the series, and it physically hurt me, so I changed it. Do I think it's going to happen? I hope.
I also put...
I put they beat them 4-3. Like, they're definitely pushing a Game 7 in my reality.
Sorry, I did not do this correctly. I also put Tampa the first time. Realistically... Tampa is going to win, I think. They've got so much more playoff experience. They've got an older group who's done it more.
Yeah, I think they're going to win, for sure.
I do, but my bracket says Montreal, also 4-3. Because the thing is...
How can I not root for my team? You know, how can I not root for my underdog?
Truly. And the thing is, the Bell Center just like supercharges them. And I think they'll probably lose the first game, maybe the first 2 games in Tampa. I'm assuming Tampa has home ice.
I believe so.
And I mean, they ranked higher, so
I think so.
So I think that they'll probably lose the first 2, but I think when they go to the Bell Center, they'll hit their stride.
I agree.
Now, if they only win 2 games in the Bell Center, that's fine. But my bracket says 4-3. Montreal goes.
I'll be happy if they win any games.
Honestly, me too. Did they win any games last season?
They won 1.
Okay. Because they played the Capitals.
Yeah,
round 1. I was like, this is mean.
I was pissed.
Okay. Metropolitan.
Also, can I add one more thing about my Pacific Division? Because I feel like I didn't explain it very well, this one area. The time loop. So every time that the Vegas team wins the cup, it just restarts. So they're just constantly working and celebrating. Carter Hart, every time he dies and gets eaten, he just regenerates right back on that ship, and he has to do it all over again. Anyways.
Can I just expand a little bit more? So the time loop.
I just want to make sure you understand he's suffering.
Carolina versus Ottawa. Deep breath. Let's hear it.
The Canes are going to beat the Senators. I put 4-1 just for the love of the game.
I also put 4-1.
I hate Brady Tkachuk so much. But the rest of the team, I'm like, they are good.
I also put 4-1. I also hate Brady Tkachuk. Shane Pinto will do his thing.
Gamble it away.
Who said that? I was thinking the other day randomly about that too, and I was like, man, I wonder what would happen if he got traded to Vegas.
He'd be in trouble, brother.
So I also put them 4-1 though. I think Carolina's just better than that.
God, yeah. I put specifically in game 3, Tkachuk slashes Aho, who rocks his world. Everyone on ice wrestles. Then Stahl gets put out on ice after Tkachuk serves his 2-minute minor, flattens him. He does not make a reappearance in the playoffs again.
He got injured in the playoffs. Well, the thing is, they'll play through it.
Are you going to be able to play through that?
This is not the best 7 brew I've ever had. It's probably the worst.
Mine's okay.
All right. Last round 1 series. Pittsburgh Penguins versus the Philadelphia Flyers.
Oh my God, I'm so torn about this one.
Me too.
I'll be happy regardless. I'll be even happier when Sidney Crosby wins it.
I would put Pittsburgh winning 4-2. I just think... Also,
they're more experienced. They're on a heater. I said that they're going to go to Game 7, and then Crosby and Malkin are going to show them exactly how they won 3 rings already. They're just... Look.
I think Crosby didn't win gold in the Olympics, and I would think he wants to win silver again. Specifically the silver of the Stanley Cup.
Hell yeah.
Now, I also want to take a second to talk about Crosby making the playoffs because his contract is up at the end of this season. And at the beginning of the season, I was like, he's going to leave. If they don't win a cup, he's going to leave.
I remember saying that. They had been shit.
And I honestly cannot believe they made the playoffs. That's kind of crazy. I do think, though, I think that now that they've made the playoffs, he will stay.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think now that he's got Malkin back, they're in a good flow. They were competitive this season. I think he's going to stay.
Because, Pittsburgh, they were shaking in their boots a bit. And at the beginning of the season.
Me too. I was clinching.
Okay. Round 2. Let's go back to Central. The Avs versus the Stars.
The Stars.
I know it did come out weird. Carl! Why did he always?
I don't know. Brother. I did it even extra. I did like a full invert. I don't know. With that, look, I ain't got a bad word to say about him because he did what needed to be done.
Yeah. All right, the Avs versus the Stars.
Speaking of doing what needs to be done.
Well, actually, I don't know. You put the Avs versus the Wild, didn't you?
Mm-mm. Oh, we both did Stars.
Okay. I put the Avs winning.
I put the Stars and the Avs match each other's freak, and now it's Game 7 where Gabriel Landeskog, even though he is technically day-to-day, in my reality, that bitch is not day-to-day. He's fine.
He's going to come back for at least one game in the playoffs.
Yes. I said Gabriel Landeskog scores the game winner. Parentheses, he's currently day-to-day, but not in Lauren's dream house. Makar and Rantanen stare longingly at each other. Then Gabe comes over to give Rantanen a hug, and Makar and McKinnon join in, each understanding that Rantanen should be there with them.
Oh, he should. He should.
He should be here.
No, I think they'll push a Game 7 as well.
Yeah.
The Avs again would have home ice advantage, I believe. I'm not entirely sure how that works going into other rounds. I would still think it's like the highest ranked team has home ice advantage. The Avs are just incredible. They're on one.
I just want them to win one. Like, they've got Gabe.
I do.
They deserve it, in my opinion.
I agree.
Am I in the minority? Yeah, but, like, either way, I'll be happy as long as it's... Never mind.
Oh, okay.
That'll be a spoiler.
I do think, though, that Gabe will come back for at least one game.
Yeah, for sure.
So then...
My God, this time a year ago, they were saying that he was going to come back, and we were like, there's no way.
I was like...
And then he came back and was competitive.
Dude, it was so good. It was so good.
Like, I'm telling you.
I was like...
I'm telling you.
He's not coming back, guys. Give it up.
I was like, that's not fair. You're going to put him in playoffs? He hasn't played in 3 years? And then he was
then he came back, and he, like, kind of did that thing.
He said, worry about yourself. Don't worry about me, diva.
Yeah. He said, I took so long. Good things take time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Utah versus Edmonton for the Pacific Division title. Is that who you had as well? I know you had Utah because you didn't pick Vegas. Because, you know, time loop and all that jazz. And
well, I had the Sharks. They beat Utah. So, in Barbie's dream house, the power of friendship is too strong for our favorite robot. Without Drysdale... Not Drysdale, because he plays for the Flyer and he's already been eliminated.
Yeah.
Without the full power of the McDry, in Game 6, the Sharks win 4-2 to go to the conference final.
So,
and then I have Drysdale personally calls 911 to put a Baker Act hold on McDavid.
So, in the context in which we currently reside.
In the context of my ESPN bracket.
Yeah.
I have the Oilers beating the Mammoths.
Okay. I have Utah.
I mean, the Oilers, during the regular season, Utah couldn't really put out the fire.
The thing is it unrealistic of me to have Utah advancing past round 1? Yeah.
Is it? You know?
This is their first time in playoffs.
To quote a Cinderella story, anything is possible if you just believe.
I think Utah could put up a good fight. I have them going to a Game 7.
Yeah. You have them winning that Game 7 or you have the Oilers?
I have Utah.
To the conference final.
To the conference final. My conference final is Colorado versus Utah.
Hot diggity dog. Mine's the Avs versus the Oilers.
I mean, that's probably the most realistic.
Or in this one, it's the Avs versus the Sharks.
Okay, Atlantic Division title. I had Buffalo playing Montreal, and I have Montreal winning.
I have, in a true heated rivalry, Montreal and Boston battle it out, but Montreal wins 4-2, and the shortest and youngest team to ever live is in the final.
I just know I'm going to kill myself editing this audio because you go, I just have in the truth.
Do you want me to do it again?
No, I'll just turn the audio down. The shortest and younger team to ever live.
Youngest. They're technically the
Isn't
youngest.
That what I said?
You said younger, and technically it's youngest, and I'm sorry to be that person.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
Metropolitan Division title. I had Carolina versus Pittsburgh. I think you did as well.
Yeah. I had the Penguins versus the Canes.
Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that?
It was taking me a minute to remember that Pittsburgh is the Penguins and Philly is the Flyers. I'm sorry.
So I have Carolina winning it 4-2. I'm sorry. They're going to destroy Pittsburgh, in my opinion. I think they're going to be, well, then they'll go to the conference final.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sorry.
I was torn on what to do, but when
Yeah.
I looked, the Canes won 3 out of the 4 regular season matchups.
Yeah.
So I had that they go to the finals after a game 7 because I'm a gentlewoman. There's going to be a game 7.
Oh.
And I have the Sebastian Aho scores the game-winning goal after 2 overtimes to put them into the conference final. I'm so sorry, Sydney.
I mean, yeah, Sebastian Aho would be scoring an overtime goal.
Yeah.
100%.
Historically speaking, he's gonna.
Historically speaking. Okay, so then we have Eastern Conference. No. Western Conference title. I have the Avs versus Utah. I have the Avs winning and going to the Stanley Cup Finals. They push a game 7. I'm actually going to change that. I think the Avs will win 4-2.
Okay. Well, in my Western Conference, it's the Avs versus the Sharks in the final. And it's like watching the Sharks play themselves in 7 to 10 years. But unfortunately, the sequel is never as good as the original.
No.
So the Avs win it 4-1. And then the Sharks get to enjoy a nice vacation.
Period. After an unexpected playoff run.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In my bracket, the Avs beat the Oilers.
Yeah, so we both have the Avs going to the finals.
Yeah, for sure.
Eastern, my matchup is Montreal versus Carolina. Is that who you have?
Yes, and I want to speak on, I cannot exaggerate this enough. I spent probably 30 to 45 minutes trying to find some logical, to me, way to make a deciding decision to make a firm decision on who was going to win.
Ditto.
You walk me through it. You did first, and then I'll walk you through mine. And we'll see how different our brains really are.
My thing is, Carolina has a conference curse.
They broke it last season, though, by winning a game.
They only won 1 game, though, and then they lost 4 in a row.
They beat a 17-year curse. Not 17, it was 16 years.
I agree. But I also think that a lot of that has to do with their defense. Mm-hmm. Brent Burns is gone.
Brent Burns is right here, physically.
True. I don't know. I feel like it really just depends how the Ottawa series goes, because Ottawa tends to, if they go down, they want to take you with them. And if people get injured and are beat up, I don't think Pittsburgh will play that way because they're distinguished gentlemen. So they might be fine.
It's the playoffs. But continue.
Yeah, that's true. But like Ottawa's dirty on any given day. Mm-hmm. I put Montreal winning.
Oh my God, what?
I know. I just don't know if Carolina would be able to beat the conference curse. The curse of Muldoon adjacent.
Okay. That's very interesting. Is that what it says on your bracket? Okay.
I'm scared.
Well, over here, I initially did my default, which is a Libra count. So the Canes won that because they have 3 Libras and the Habs only have 2. Mm-hmm. Then I was like, well, that's not enough because they were kind of tit for tat during the regular season. You know, there's not like
love you again. Okay, sorry.
No, it's fine. No, the Habs only had 1 Libra. So then I was like, well, what are the coaches' zodiac signs? Because let me see how many players also have the same zodiac sign as them. So Rod Brindamore is a Leo. And fun fact, because this is how deep I went, I know his ascension sign, which is a Libra. Now, an ascension sign is basically like the background on your personality. It's your chart ruler. It dictates how you're perceived by others, your first impressions. You don't want to know how I came across the knowledge that I needed to do to make that determination.
Sometimes,
but I'm just going to leave it there.
Please do, because if you went any farther into that, I was going to be here. Wah, 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 wah.
Fair. Rod's a Leo, technically. There's 3 other Leos on the Habs. Nope, on the Canes team. Marty St. Louis is a Gemini, and there's only 2 Gemini. So unfortunately, the signs have spoken, and there's more of the coach's zodiac sign, and there's more Libras on the Canes team. So even though they actually ended up losing every regular season game to the Habs, I have it on Bible that the Canes are going to win the conference. It is going to be a Game 7.
Interesting.
And I took it one step further, and I said the final score of Game 7 is going to be 3-2.
Is Rod Brindamore going to come out? I remember...
No. No, because I already did that last year.
I remember that. That was so funny to me.
No, I figured...
I actually want to find the clip and insert it into this episode somewhere of when you were like, but and the shootout keeps going, and now there's only one person who can do it, Rod Brindamore.
One thing about me is I'm a great bullshitter.
And that was all just on the fly.
It was literally
cuff,
as the words were coming out of my mouth, I was hearing what I was saying. It was just, there was no filter up here.
All right, so my Stanley Cup finals. I have the Avs versus Montreal.
Insane behavior.
I know.
Insane.
It gets more insane because
okay.
Because I have Montreal winning the cup.
Oh my god. How do you figure that? The power of friendship?
The power of friendship, the little circle squat.
Mm-hmm.
I have Kirby Dach being injured though, and it fuels Caden Gooley to go on a freaking streak. I think we're gonna see Cale Makar versus Lane Hudson 1-on-1 D on D.
D on D, bilateral D?
Bilateral D.
Double D?
Double D. Sorry, that was a bit much. I do have...
Not as much as Lane Hudson versus Cale Makar would be.
I do have it going to a Game 7. Game 7 going into double overtime.
Real.
With the overtime goal being Caulfield to Suzuki's score.
Wow.
From my lips to his ears.
Yeah, I don't know why I started saying that again.
I don't know. It's like the Baptist church drama.
I'm not gonna lie, I would cry.
I would
be
too.
so obnoxious.
I think I would have to get a tattoo of the...
It ain't that serious
I'm joking. I wouldn't be doing that. That would not be the final trigger for me to get a tattoo.
Mine is the Hurricanes win in Game 7. I just kept it simple. Everyone cries. There's peace throughout the land.
Hurricanes win?
The Hurricanes win.
Wow.
I do have it printed out on my bracket. The Hurricanes are going to win.
I think Jordan Stahl would retire.
How many did you fill out the part on the ESPN that asked how many total goals will be scored by the champions?
I did. I honestly wasn't sure if it was like in that final series.
It said in playoffs.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So that's what I did.
Because initially I put 5 because I thought it was in the final series.
Yeah.
Like the final game.
Yeah.
And then I changed it. Should we say it on 3?
Hang on, I gotta pull mine up real quick.
1.
I gotta pull mine up real quick. You can say yours on 3.
No, I just like to stress you out.
Why?
Older sibling stuff. I don't know.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
32.
77.
Whoa.
Girl, they
77.
Throughout the whole playoff series, they normally score between 70 and 80. Now, the Panthers last season scored like low to mid 90s, which was insane.
I'm not gonna lie. I did do this at like 5:30 in the morning before I went into work. No coffee in my system. So I wasn't trying to do math. I was just like, 32 feels right.
Yesterday?
No, Friday. We had oh wait. Sure, it was Friday. Mm-hmm. Well, I still did it at the ass crack of dawn. No caffeine in my system.
Well, after the names get engraved on the Stanley Cup, the time loop for Vegas ends. And they're back. And there's nothing that can be done about it. Oops. But congratulations, you get to be reunited with your family. Carter Hart, unfortunately, did not survive the time loop.
Oh, bummer.
I'm just
devastated. I yesterday put a little Q&A kind of thing on our Instagram story, asking people for their playoff predictions. So I'm going to read a few of them. I also have some in the Discord that I'm going to read. Oh, this is a prediction. This is a manifestation.
Love it.
Utah beating Vegas. Yeah.
Exactly.
Please, God.
I think we're all with you on that.
Okay, I think I need to look into this a bit more, but Tom Danks will actually release an episode of his podcast. And then he said Vegas goes to the conference final and Carter plays like 2010 Niemi. And I looked it up and he basically just bombed. There's like a 7-1 game. Dang. In the conference finals.
I don't even want him to get to the conference finals, but I will accept. But anytime that he suffers, both physically, realistically, or just manifesting,
I just want to double it and give it right back to him, you know?
Mm-hmm. Return to sender.
A lot of people have said the Oilers versus the Penguins for the Cup.
I'd be fine with that, too.
Honestly, I would be as well. It would be just simply cinematic if Sidney Crosby won the Cup.
Dude, and
then said, and this was my last game.
Not that, though, because you got to keep playing. I don't want to live in a reality that he doesn't play hockey. I know I'm going to have to, just like I know at some point Dolly Parton is not going to be in the land of the living anymore. But that's not a reality I choose to indulge in.
She'll live forever. Someone said Buffalo to win the Stanley Cup.
That would be really interesting.
That would be interesting. I don't think they could really win against any of the teams they'd have to beat to get there.
Just let them have their hope.
That sounded really rough. Sorry, really rude.
Yeah.
Anyways, it would be interesting
winning the Cup over there.
Honestly, it would be interesting though because they were bombing at the beginning of the season until Heated Rivalry came out and called them out. And now they've been bangers. So it would kind of be cinematic if they came back and won the Cup.
Yeah.
Someone said the Sirens come in and sweep it all. That's for the Walter Cup, obviously.
Look, I'm down with it.
Yeah, I'd be down with that.
I mean, I want my Victoire to win, but it's the PWHL, and I only have animosity to one person.
That's true. That is true.
Everyone else,
I'd be happy with
yes.
anybody. Yeah. Someone also said Boston wins the Cup. I don't know if that's NHL or PW.
Either one I'm fine with.
I think Boston could win it in either one if they play the cards right.
I don't think Boston could win the MNHL Cup. Not going to lie to you, but I do think that they could get the Walter Cup for sure.
Okay, heard. And let me go to Discord. People delivered.
Did they?
Should I say names? Am I allowed to say names? I'll leave it. If you want to know who said it, you can join our Discord.
Yeah.
I hope Vegas royally shits the bed and loses every game. Me and you both.
In my reality, they don't even get to compete, really. They just lose 2 games and then disappear.
And then just disappear. Dream day. My wildest prediction is a 99 Cup repeat between the Stars and Buffalo.
Ooh.
But she said, I don't think the Stars are making it, but it would be so fun.
That would be so fun.
Yeah, that would be fun.
I wasn't even born.
I would, last year, it being Edmonton versus the Panthers, I really don't, have any ties to either team. So it was kind of nice that I didn't have anything on the line.
Yeah, for sure.
The Zamith isn't a functional Zamboni? Per Kate, that's so rude. Okay, sorry. The Ducks get wrecked and Quenneville gets fired.
Hell yeah.
Pinky promise? I need my boy John Carlson to not be stuck in Shitville.
We'll see what we can do. We'll put in a good word.
It's not what I picked for my bracket, but I also think an Oilers-Penguins final would be low-key fun.
Yep.
The Sidney Crosby versus Connor McDavid-Lore would be entertaining, especially in an Olympic year where they played together. No, I fully agree. I would actually eat that up. I would love to see that.
I'd be early
I think Edmonton would win it, too. And then
I don't think Edmonton would win it. I think Sidney Crosby would win it. The Penguins would win it. I'm sorry, but we've only got one half of McDry.
Another person saying Oilers versus Penguins. Pens make it to the finals. Tampa Bay out first round. Ottawa and Carolina go to a game 7. I don't know if I can get behind you on that, Randy. And
the only place I need the Sens to go is home.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I think that's it. We had a few people saying the same things. Yeah. Do you want me to read my P-Dub real quick? It's not very messy. Like, it's very straightforward.
Go for it.
And it's only 2 rounds because it's 4 teams. As a reminder, the number 1 team at the end of the regular season gets to pick who they play in the first round. And this is operating off the assumption that Ottawa is making the playoffs. So I had Boston Fleet being the number 1 ranked team. That still is not decided, but could be. And I have Boston picking to play Ottawa because every season they've picked the lowest ranked team, and Boston winning it 3-2 because it's best of 5. So the other series would be Montreal versus Minnesota. I also have Minnesota winning it 3-2.
That's very hurtful.
It hurt me too. But also Minnesota's won every Walter Cup so far in PWHL history.
Well, I'm going to live in the land of delusion, and the Victoires are beating the Frost.
Okay, period. That's fine. So then for the Walter Cup finals, my bracket is Boston versus Minnesota. Again, they're going to do a Game 7. There's going to be overtimes.
They're going to do Game 5.
Game 5. Sorry. They're going to do Game 5. And I have Boston winning the Cup for the first non-Minnesota Frost Walter Cup champion.
I can get behind that.
Yeah. I have Zoe Boyd somehow making a miraculous recovery to come back and play.
How many overtimes do you think there will be?
Every single game.
Yeah, they go into at least 1 overtime.
Every single game is going to be overtime.
Oh my God.
And I think most games are going to be like 2-1.
Yeah.
But every series will push a Game 5, 100%.
Even the charge?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. I'm good with that. Look, as long I'm gonna be fine with whoever wins the P-Dub series.
Me too, truly.
Would I like it to be someone other than Minnesota? Yes. But
Yeah.
Minnesota's had a very rough year. So I also, just politically speaking, the state as a whole. So I wouldn't be upset at all if they won the Walter Cup again this year. They're really good at it.
I wouldn't either. That's the great thing about the P-Dub is I literally just want all of them to succeed and be happy.
Except for Britta Krall.
Except for Britta Krall.
All right. We'll see you next week. We'll talk about playoffs.
Yeah. We're going to go watch the Carolina-Ottawa game that just started.
Everyone.
Game 1.
Everyone send up a prayer, a hope, a manifestation that I do good on my test tomorrow. By the time you're watching this, I will have already known my grade, hopefully.
Yeah, surely.
You would think.
Tuesday. Okay.
You think. Okay, we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.